Hi everyone, I'm here in Kigali with Alissa owner of Heaven Restaurant. And besides a great view and a wonderful dining experience here, I think the idea behind Heaven is really remarkable, and I wanted Alissa to share that with everyone. So I want to introduce you. Here she is. Hi Alissa.
Hi.
Can you tell us something about how Heaven came to be and the idea behind it?
Yes. So I moved to Rwanda in 2006 with a public health degree, thinking I would very likely work in health in Rwanda. But I spent about 6 months volunteering with orphans and youth who were looking to go to university but didn't get the funding to go. And there are so many orphans in Rwanda, about 1.2 million young people with no jobs, no schooling. And I thought maybe my contribution could be to train and employ young people. And that's when the dream of starting a business began. So I constructed Heaven last year, built it from scratch with all local materials. I tried to support the local carpenters and technicians in country, did not import. That's part of my mission with Heaven. And really dreamt of opening a very high-class international restaurant where I could train young people in customer service, restaurant management, and culinary arts. Even though my background's in public health, I had this vision. I knew I couldn't do it alone, so this year in May, we opened Heaven, and with the help of my cousin, who's a New York City gourmet chef and restaurant owner, and his friend, also a restaurant owner, they came to help me open. It took about 3 weeks. They came, trained the kitchen staff, the front of house staff, designed the menu, and now we're open. We employ about 30 young people. 50% of my employees are orphans. And so far, we are very happy with the opening of Heaven.
That's great. And you also like to use all local food here at the restaurant as well?
Yeah, I'm very committed to trying to just run this business with entirely local products. So we change the menu based on what's in season. Right now we have beautiful wild mushrooms. 3 months ago we had strawberries. So I try to keep the menu small but interesting and change based on what's seasonal. I like to have direct relationships with farmers. The person who creates my cream, we're very good friends, and I like to know where my food's coming from. In addition to that, we have a small retail shop, and I sell locally made products by cooperatives, and they get to tell their story and sell their products to my clients.
That's wonderful. And so can you tell us a little bit about some of the challenges that you've been facing or think about while you're running this business?
I think that, you know, as a public health person, I'm trying to run a restaurant for the first time, and running a restaurant anywhere in the world is challenging, but especially in a landlocked country where there really is no service industry yet. So the people I've employed, in addition, tend to be less educated, orphans who are very motivated and hardworking, but they're learning all of these skills for the first time. So that is definitely a challenge, especially when I have staff turnover, which happens in this business. But it means I have to be constantly training my staff. It's also very expensive to run a business in Rwanda because Rwanda doesn't produce very much locally. So some of our products have to be imported. For example, the chicken comes from Uganda, so we actually have to bring that across the border. My husband and I are trying to look at helping some local poultry farmers improve their local chickens so that we can buy them locally.
That's wonderful. So what are your plans for the future for Heaven?
Well, now we've been open 6 months, and I'm happy to say we're breaking even and slightly profiting, so we're feeling good about that. But the next phase of this business, I feel I want to open a vocational training school here at Heaven. Rwanda has no hospitality school or culinary arts school, and yet the tourism industry is really growing here. People are coming to see the mountain gorillas and go on safari, and we need to really improve the service industry, and I think my contribution can be to set up a formal training school at the restaurant.
Wow, that's a great idea.
Thank you.
So now I'm just going to show everybody, we're standing on the deck of Heaven, and you can just see this great view, which is basically the deck or the dining area. And now I'm going to show you what the restaurant looks like. This is just about, it's a little later than lunchtime here. You can see it's basically wide open out to the city. But it's really a great place to be, either during the day or at night as well. So, okay, with that, I want to say thank you very much, Alissa.
Thank you.
And it's wonderful what you're doing here with Heaven. And I hope if you're ever in Rwanda, you can come and visit Heaven. And you have a website as well?
I do. It's heavenrwanda.com. So
Great.
if you want to learn more, check it out. Thanks.
Thanks again. Bye for now.
Bye.